Hello everyone, I am Anurag Sharma, a junior undergraduate at Indian Institute of Technology Kanpur. I would like to thank our organizer Global Water Alliance for allowing us to showcase our project, the Bhungroo solution here and having us here, although a bit remotely. Before my colleague Shrey Goel takes you on the tour of how the Bhungroo is really implemented on ground and how the management works, it would be really insightful if we could just understand what the problem the farmers of India are facing currently due to the changing weather patterns. So, what we are talking of is of the area in the western part of the Indian geography. If you see the arid lands of Maharashtra and Gujarat. So traditionally, the farmers there have been dependent on the monsoon for their cultivation and the irrigation. But due to the changing weather patterns, the monsoon has been concentrated in a short span of 20 to 30 days. So what this leads to is a heavy rainfall during this short span of period, and this leads to waterlogging and flash floods during the peak seasons of cultivation. So farmers are unable to cultivate and lay their crops during this season, and this season goes waste for them. But apart from that, this what it also causes is that the standing water raises the salinity of the topsoil due to the capillary action. So the high salinity makes this topsoil useless for the rest of the year also, and the desertification sets in. So basically, this land becomes useless for whole year, and the small time farmers and marginal farmers have to abandon these land and move to either different places or move towards cities for finding the job. So, what the point is that the climate change is affecting the people who are the least responsible for it, right? And these are like small time farmers. They don't have any other side incomes or employment opportunities, so they are basically deprived of their livelihoods. And we are talking of somewhere on of the numbers of 2 to 3 million farmers in India, with somewhere like 5 to 10 million dependents on them. So this is like a huge number, and this is the actually the problem which the farmers are facing right now in western arid parts of Rajasthan and Maharashtra.
Bhungroo is the local name of innovative water technology. It assists farmers in two ways. That is, it frees farmers' land from waterlogging in monsoon, and in lean period, it ensures adequate irrigation to same land. In monsoon, it injects filtered storm water in unsaturated subsoil strata for water storage in form of water lenses. In lean period, it withdraws stored water from subsoil water lenses by use of low HP movable pumping system and guarantees the farmers with irrigation. Thus, in monsoon, it enables farmers to have year-long family food security, and in lean period, it allows farmers to increase their agro income by many-fold.
Women farmers are doing it, not only giving the opportunity the food security to the farmer because making the land waterlogging free, it is also giving two crops in the same year. That means income generation of the farmer. Number three, running of the whole system by the women is giving the women empowerment. And fourth, the most important part is that the whole technology has been given or the ownership with the poor women farmer such that they can take it to the across area. We have done from one village, it is now 3 states, now 4 states, now 3 countries. Cost. The cost of the whole erection and processing and filtration and water injecting and water lifting all together is not more than 3 lakhs.
This technology has been invented as a result of 18 years of field experience in semi-arid and disaster-affected regions of North Gujarat of India.
The cost of of the whole erection and processing and filtration and water injecting and water lifting all together is not more than 3 lakhs, and it works for 30 years with a maintenance of only 1000 rupees per year, and that is only capital expenditure of 3 lakhs. And the return, if you calculate 30 acres of land for the winter cropping and 30 acres of land for the monsoon cropping, for the food security, for the women empowerment, is infinity, if you say.
Our target beneficiaries are underprivileged small-holding farmers affected by waterlogging for a period of at least 12 days in monsoon. 2 million farming families in India and 260 million across globe need this service, which is going to increase India's annual agro income by more than 1.5 billion US dollars.
I would now like my colleague Shrey to explain you how the Bhungroo is really implemented on the ground, what it is technically, and how the women play an important part in the managerial roles in the Bhungroo, and how it gives women empowerment in the real interiors of the western Gujarat and Maharashtra.
Now, when NSPL started working in Gujarat in India, we saw that climate change was causing some unique problems that farmers there have not faced in their traditional models of farming. So climate change was causing weather events like flash floods and heavy monsoons, which would cause water to subside and which would cause waterlogging. And that would lead to salt depositions on the soil, leading to desertification. And during the waterlogging period, since the land is completely covered for the whole season, you cannot practice cultivation, you cannot cultivate any crops, the livestock is affected. And then when the water recedes, and because of the desertification, there are dry lands, and then you cannot have any cultivation and agriculture during the dry season. So if women bear most of the burden of this poverty that results from climate change induced events. And these are populations that are the least responsible for causing climate change, but who are the most affected. This problem affects at least 2 million farmers just within India, with about 10 to 12 million dependents. So this is where Bhungroo comes in. So we start right before the monsoon cycle begins. So before the waterlogging starts, we install a Bhungroo setup. We drill a hole into the ground. We take it and we cement it. We solidify it, and we take it close enough to the subsoil lenses so that when the monsoon hits, the water can just seep in. We also give the land a slight gradient, and the water can be completely absorbed inside. So water that can stand for days and weeks completely vanishes from the ground, and that enables a cycle of cultivation in that very season. So one season that was completely alien to agriculture is now actually very fruitful period, and this has enabled our farmers to grow food crops and to address food security issues in their family. Later on, during the drought cycle, during the dry cycle, the exact reverse process occurs, and the water that was sequestered during the monsoon period is then taken out, and that water is used for agriculture, and most of our farmers prefer to grow cash crops during that period. Those cash crops can be used for income generation, which can then be used to improve their lives. Now, this is the technical model, and when we started implementing this, we realized that the technical part was actually the simpler part. I mean, it actually took only a couple of weeks to set up on Bhungroo. But it was actually the social and the managerial aspects which were the most challenging to us, and which actually take us about 8 to 12 months to figure out. So that's where we came up with a model for women leadership. So the idea is that we form groups of 5 ultra-poor women in each village, and these women are given complete training to install the Bhungroo, to oversee the construction. They learn how to monitor it, they learn how to fund it continuously, and most importantly, they are given legal authority to decide who gets how much water, because for farming communities, water is money, water is life. And this happens in excuse me. This is not working.
He's having a.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
So, and since these are ultra poor women, these are women that were completely marginalized from society. They are almost always illiterate, and they were from the lowest socioeconomic strata, and their families have chronically faced hunger issues, and they really want this to work. They really want this to work for the whole community. So, and when we started holding training sessions, so while we organize trainings for women and for technical issues, for managerial issues and everything, we also parallelly organize training for the male members of society, for the men in the village. So we actually give them gender sensitivity trainings because these are patriarchal societies. These are places where men are not used to listening to women, where women don't even step out of their houses. So men are actually sensitized and they're made to understand that they need to listen to the women now. They need to abide by the word of these women. And if they don't abide by it, they will face legal consequences. They will possibly face social consequences. So this is what took us longer to work out, to design, and this is what is behind the success of our program. So if we look at the impact of our program, we have worked with over 18,000 women. In fact, as of right now, we have worked with about 20,000 marginal farmers, and they have about 100,000 dependent family members. And their average incomes have more than tripled. So they've gone from about $200 to $700, and women are at the center of this innovation. So these women, because of their place in society and because of their economic position, they were under debt. They were facing issues with land ownership, and they've been freed from debt, and they are now taking their role in leadership from beyond just the Bhungroo. So we see improved biodiversity, improved agriculture. We see improved incomes, improved cash crop activity, income generation activity, crop rotation, and all kinds of progressive agricultural practices. But what we did not foresee, and what happened as a result of our intervention, was that these women went from beyond doing just the Bhungroo. They actually went on to start businesses. They went on to conduct their own interventions in education. And what you see on the bottom left there is actually one of our members who's now standing in local elections. So several of our women members, these are women who did not even step out of their houses, but because of their improved role as leaders in society, they're actually taking up, they're actually contesting elections, and some of them have won as well at the local level. So this is something that, and we owe the success of our project to our members, to these women. So our work has been recognized by several other institutions in the past, by the World Bank, by Ashoka, by USAID, by UKAID, and so on. And we are rapidly expanding across India, and we are hoping to expand to Africa and to some other parts of the world in the next 2 years. And as we and I'm sort of an outsider to this organization. I've only been working for them a couple of years. But when I look at this project, and that climate change is something that we tend to see as an environmental issue, but it is something much beyond an environmental issue. It's a social issue, it's an economic issue, it's a gender issue, and above all, it's a human rights issue. So climate is about people, and we owe it to our members, to our women, for taking this leadership role in advancing climate change adaptation. So. Thank you.
Thank you.